Sitting in the crib dreaming about Learjets and coops, the way Salt shoots and how they sell records like Snoop. I'm interrupted by a doorbell, 3:52. Who the hell is this? I gets up quick, cocks my shit, stop the dogs from barking, then proceed to walking. It's a face that I seen before. My nigga sing, he used to sling on the 16th floor. Check it. I look deeper, I see blood up on his sneakers, and his fist gripped the chrome 4/5. So I dip, nigga, is you creeping or speaking? He tells me C-Rock just got hit up at the beacon. I opens up the door pitiful. Is he in critical retaliation? For this one won't be minimal, cause I'm a criminal. Way before the rap shit, bust the gap shit. Puff won't even know what happened if it's done smoothly. Silencers on the Uzi, stash in the hoopty. My alibi, any cutie, with a booty that done fuck Big Pop. Head spinning, reminiscing about my man C-Rock. Somebody got to die. If I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die.
What's up, y'all? Hardcore Casuals, Clipping Lou back in the house. You know, I was going to chill this weekend. I really was.
What?
Oh no, I'm doing the video.
Man, I'm disappointed in that sub. I think that steak is sweet.
Well, I'm doing the video. You know, they can hear you. I'll talk to you about it in just a sec. I'm already recording. It don't matter, but I don't know. We talking about some Hungry Howies, y'all. Me and my wife with the Hungry Howies. And she's disappointed in this. And what is it? What did you get, Jess? She got a steak and cheese sub, and she said it tastes like steakum. So yeah, the Turkey Club and the Chicken Bacon Ranch is a beast. Hungry Howies. But y'all gotta pick that steak shit up. Alright, anyway, y'all. Chilling, me and my wife just got back. Gonna get something to eat and whatnot. And I jump on the phone, cause I'm making a video about another boxer I've been peeping out. This is my new favorite boxer, period, hands down. But I'll release that video in a little bit after that. But yeah, so I seen this and I just gotta say something about it, man. Here it is. Is Matchroom afraid to let Joshua fight Fury? And I just get so fucking tired of hearing shit like this. It ain't even really got to do with Joshua. It's just any boxer, really. If this boxer scared to fight this boxer or whatever. You know, there might be shit happening behind the scenes with promotion companies or them wanting to people wanting to build the fight up and boost it up to get more money and shit like that. But I just don't feel like no boxer is scared to fight any other boxer. You just don't get into a sport like that to be afraid of anybody. You know, I believe Wilder's career was padded like a motherfucker, but do I think Wilder was scared to fight anybody? No. I think that he was misguided. His people might have been, behind the scenes, might have been scared. It might have been the truth. I believe Wilder's confidence is really like, he feels like he's a better fighter than he really is and he can beat anyone. I feel like all these fighters really, you know, will take on any other fighter at any time. If certain conditions are met, but as far as being physically afraid of another man, another boxer, another person in their sport to get in the ring with them, I just don't feel like that. You cannot be a fighter. A fighter, we talking about fighters, y'all, and be fucking scared of another fighter. And then when we're talking about, in particular, Joshua here, man, we talking about a man that was thrown in the deep end his whole fucking career, okay? From the Olympics to Azerbaijan to his 19 fight amateur career, his whole 16 fights in, he's fighting for a world title. Man, I don't even know a real champion anywhere close to that, except for, you know, the bantamweight in Japan that I'm about to do a video on. I'm not gonna say his name. The monster. I'll say his name in the video, but y'all know I'm terrible with names. So yeah, like I just don't feel like you don't rise to that level being scared. And Joshua was thrown in the deep from day one. Neither Matchroom nor anybody else has been ever scared to throw Joshua out there in the fight. He didn't become the cash cow of the division being scared. It was just the opposite. He became the cash cow because he was fighting any goddamn body, and he was doing it early in his career. You know, no currently active boxer in the heavyweight division has fought more top 10 competition than Joshua. Okay? Now, as far as the other weights, I'm not sure. But as far as heavyweight, nobody. Joshua fought like 7 of the top 10. Okay? But anyway, let me read this damn article, man, and get this video done. So this is by Scott Guilford. I don't even know who that fucker is, but it's just dumb as hell to me, man. But anyway, Tyson Fury promoter Frank Warren has doubted whether Matchroom Boxing wants to let IBF, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua face WBC champion Tyson Fury. If Joshua 23-1 and 21 KOs gets beaten by Fury, Matchroom would have a big problem. I don't understand how. How? Because they got Canelo too, right? Who else do they got over there? They got Danny Jacobs. They got a lot of fucking good fighters in Matchroom that can promote and make money with. You know what I'm saying? So like, Matchroom's gonna be alright regardless of what happens with Anthony Joshua's career. You know what I'm saying? That's bullshit thinking like if this man loses to Tyson. If he lost, well, let me finish reading and then I'll make my points. Alright. That might have, alright, okay, hold on. Matchroom will have a big problem according to Warren. If Warren is right about Matchroom not wanting to put Joshua in with Fury, that might explain why the lack of excitement that Eddie Hearn shows every time he talks about a potential fight between AJ and the Gypsy King. Warren isn't the only one that has a gut feeling that Matchroom doesn't want to let Joshua have anything to do with Fury. But he boxed him as an amateur though, but and did pretty good as far as what Tyson Fury said out of his own mouth afterwards when he was asked in the phone interview. A lot of boxing fans feel that way as well. Joshua is the cash cow of Matchroom, and if he loses, they may not be able to rebuild him. It worked last time against Andy Ruiz, but perhaps only because he didn't train and came in 18 pounds overweight at 283. Joshua was able to absorb a loss to Ruiz without it crippling his career, but it could be different situation if Fury beats him. With both guys coming from the UK, it would be a colossal disaster for Joshua if he were to get beaten by Fury. The UK mountain isn't big enough for the both of them. If Fury beats Joshua, he might not be able to rebuild again. Picture Joe Kazani versus Jeff Lancey in your mind for an example of a fight that couldn't come back of a fighter that couldn't come back from a loss. Typically, Hearns is over the moon when he's babbling about potential opponents for his Matchroom stable fighters. Hearns gets a gleam in his eyes that suggests that he knows how the fights are going to end up, but when Hearns talks about Fury Joshua, he looks off kilter and not overly excited about it. He has the look of someone that is about to go to the dentist, doesn't he? What the fuck? I never seen. I something I haven't noticed, but whatever. I don't think Matchroom wants to put Joshua in with Tyson. Warren told Michael Beeson, "I've got a gut feeling they don't want it. I think it's for a reason. I think Tyson's the best heavyweight on the planet. If Tyson, which I believe he will be, AJ, then they've got a problem." So there it is. Warren thinks Matchroom isn't excited about letting Joshua fight Fury, which makes perfect sense. If Guilfoyle were Joshua's promoter, the last fighter on earth he would want to let Joshua fight is Fury. You don't make that fight if you're going to keep the gravy train running. It's too risky, and Joshua has looked too terrible in his recent fights to chance it. They are stupid as hell. Alright, but it depends on how Joshua loses. If Fury beats Joshua by a close 12-round decision, Eddie Hearns could muddy the water by saying that AJ should have won. With Hearns' ability, he could give tons of interviews. He would have a giant megaphone to plant the idea that Joshua should have had his hand raised in that event. There would be enough impressionable fans that would buy into the Joshua was robbed of a win. On the flip side, if Fury completely smashes Joshua to bits, then it's be near impossible for Hearns to explain away that kind of loss. He'll still try, but he'll look pathetic if he starts talking about Joshua being sick, having an injury or some sort, or his weight was not right. Boxing fans can see through the excuses, and understand when promoters are attempting to rationalize what happens to their fighters. Hearn doesn't want to risk letting him fight Fury. Then the negotiations may go haywire and end up with the fight not being made. An excellent example of talks imploding was when Deontay Wilder's team attempted to put a fight together with Joshua. Hearn started talking flat fees and how Wilder doesn't bring in as many fans as Joshua. See, I'm about to just stop reading this all together, because see, this is just, I can see right now this ain't even coming from a bias, an objective source now, you know. This just ain't even worth reading no more, but I guess I'm already committed. So let me go ahead and finish reading this bullshit. There was an offer made by Wilder's manager that wasn't accepted. That negotiation fizzled out quickly for the Wilder Joshua fight, leaving one with the impression that Hearns never had any intentions in making that fight to begin with. Will we see the same thing with the Fury versus Joshua negotiations? Don't be surprised. Now, so they go all the way back to the first round of negotiations before the Povetkin fight, when Wilder was when Wilder was being offered something like 5 times his highest payday. At that time, Wilder's highest payday was around 2.5 million, something like that, and they were offering him like 15 million for the Joshua fight. But let's fuck that. There was many offers and attempts to get that fight going. Let's go back to the last one, which was for 120 million. Okay. Wilder turned that down, but they don't want to bring that up. So you don't offer a motherfucker 120 million if you really ain't trying to make the fight. 120 million to a guy who had up until that point made at the most, what, 10 million for that that first Fury fight. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he made $20 million on the first Fury fight. He's being offered 5 times more than that to fight this guy. But and to fight somebody and another 20 million to fight somebody he's already signed to fight anyway. And he turned it down, and then he goes and gets his ass whooped by Fury, and he'll never be able to recoup that money. That money will never come back to him. So we're to believe that the team that did that, even if I know people gonna say it can't, that the zone made that offer, whatever, whoever made it, it was for Joshua and him to fight, and he turned it down. So I don't want to hear that shit because everybody knows the zone, Eddie Hearn, that's all Joshua at the end of the day. You know, they wasn't fucking throwing him $120, offering him $120 million to see him fight some other Dillian White or somebody. That's not what happened there. So, and then like I said, man, Matchroom's been throwing Joshua out in the deep from day one. From day one. With the Klitschko fight. That was what? His 15th fight or some shit like that? It was like his 16th, 17th fight. Because he fought Charles Martin on 16, right? And then he fight Klitschko after that. I had to look and see, but I'm not going to do that shit because everybody know what it is at this time, man. And if you don't, you're just being willfully ignorant. But anyway, let me finish reading this bullshit, man. AJ is too vital for Matchroom for him to lose to the 6'9" Fury, and besides that, it's the wrong guy. If Joshua is going to lose to someone, it better for it to be against a foreign fighter, isn't it? There's no one in Matchroom's table right now that will be able to step in and replace Joshua as their next golden goose. Should he get smashed to bits by Fury? Hearn has a lot of good fighters in his stable, but none of them are big money makers like AJ. Dillian White and Derek Chisora can bring in good money from Skybox office when they fight, but they're both beatable. Once either of them face a good heavyweight like Fury or Deontay Wilder, it could be over for them. Replacements for Wilder, Dillian White, Shorter, Usyk. Even if Joshua even in Joshua's win over Andy Ruiz last December, he looked mentally fragile the entire fight. One got the impression that Joshua might implode at any moment in that clash of Ruiz had shown the nerve to attack him. It was lucky on Joshua's part that Ruiz Jr. was morbidly overweight and not in the condition to press the attack as he had in their first fight in 2009. Joshua is Matchroom's golden goose, and if Fury plucks his feathers, it could be a train wreck for the potential company. How do they replace Joshua as their gravy train fighter? The fact is, they can't. No one with Matchroom even comes close to the popularity that Joshua has for them, and no one brings in that kind of green. Is there? One believes that there's a concerned Matchroom part because they know Fury is the best heavyweight in the world. Okay. All right. Well, everybody's entitled to their opinion. And so, you think Fury's better, you think Wilder's, whoever you think the top fighter is, your top guy is, That's cool. But let's just deal with the facts, man. None of these guys were scared to fight anybody. Okay. Uh, Fighters look bad in some fights. It just might be the styles, the matchups, the strategy, whatever it may be. Tyson didn't look good against Otto, Waylon, or Wambi or whatever the fuck his name was, man. Like, dude bust his whole fucking down and knocked his whole eye out. You know, that happens. It was because it's this fight game. But trust and believe, though, man. Like, Matchroom ain't never been scared to throw Joshua out there and let him fight anybody. So this is just a bullshit propaganda article. You know what I mean? And it's obvious that it's one-sided and it's meant to prop up Tyson Fury. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But I don't want to share this bullshit article with y'all though, because it kind of touched the nerve, you know. And I'll be putting another video out shortly, probably tomorrow. I'll go ahead and read off my comments in that video too. But I'm out, y'all. I'm getting ready to finish eating, watch a little TV, enjoy the rest of my night. Y'all do the same. Stay safe, stay corona free. God bless all of y'all. Just be safe out there, man. You know, wear a mask, look out for each other, and respect your neighbor, man. So, anyway, this is Cliff and Lou, Hardcore Casuals. And we are out. Peace.